Great day, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of uh, web design. I'm doing something again on web design. As you may be able to tell, I am a little bit under the weather, like a tiny bit, so my voice doesn't sound the way it should, but I am still able to deliver. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if this video and many others attract your attention and you want to keep on looking at videos like this. Subscribe for more and turn on the notification bell. Let's jump right into it. Um, I asked ChatGPT, where is the web design going in the future? And you can see I asked, it says like in the future, I said like 2030. So Chat was like, oh, great question. By 2030, web design is expected to be drastically different, more immersive, intuitive, and intelligent. So it's giving me a glimpse into where the field is actually heading. So the first thing it said was AI's first design. So AI generated websites. That is where we're headed. That's number one. So I believe that is already coming, taking place. As you know, 2030 is only 5 years away. So I really believe that's probably way ahead of time with AI generated websites. And they by then AI is saying it'll be the norm. So if it's just now a little bit right now in 2025 where you're not able to visually see it all the time, it's going to become the norm by then. And tools like Wix, ADI, Framer, and ChatGPT, these will all evolve to fully design, write, and optimize websites based on a few prompts. So now what so that means that there is no longer any configuration on the mind for a actual person to create websites. That means AI is jumping in and doing it for you. Designers will act more like curators or directors rather than traditional developers. So I'm not sure how people feel about that, not being able to curate or I'm sorry, not being able to create, but curate or direct what is going on with their website instead of actually getting hands-on and doing the coding and doing things traditionally like a developer. I wonder how people feel about that. If you can let me know how you feel in the chat, that would be great. Sometimes it's much easier because a lot of us don't even know how to do websites. I know when I first started, I did not know anything about designing websites until they had the drag and drop. And that's what I kind of specialize in now. But let's move on to number two, hyper personalization. Websites will dynamically adapt to use, behavior, location, device, and even mood based on biometrics or preferences. Wow, that is a lot. So it's actually saying, think two users visiting the same site will see and experience something totally different. Now, that if you visit my website and another person visits that website and you experience two different things, I'm just my opinion, I wonder how good is that you have two different experiences. Okay, and now I'm not sure where they're going with that with the behavior. I guess it's tuning into the person that is actually visiting the website. So it's really going to tune into who you are. This is what it sounds like because it's saying it's adapting to user behavior. And it's going to have your location and your device and even mood. So, and this is based on biometrics or preferences. So, you can either, if you're visiting a website and you want to give your biometrics like face recognition and all that stuff, I believe that's what it's talking about. Tell me how you feel in the comments because this is something to talk about. Number two should be highlighted because that is really something to talk about. Let's move on to number three, a voice AR and spatial web. Web design will expand into voice first interfaces like Alexa and Google, augmented reality websites, and 3D spatial experiences. So not only are you going to be able to like speak to your, I guess, I don't know. I guess you're going to be able to speak and there's a response from your website. I have no idea. Web design will expand into voice first interfaces. Okay, and it also says brands may have virtual showrooms accessible through AR, VR, rather than just static pages. So I'm assuming like the AR, the virtual reality and the augmented reality. So I'm thinking, um, wow, those goggles or glasses or whatever. I've never tried any of those, so I don't know how that works. But let me know down in the comments what you think about this voice, about Alexa being able to respond to you, or you get a response from the website. Wow. Okay. So I guess coding is over. No code or low code domination. Okay. Platforms like Webflow, Framer, SitePro, and future tools will allow nearly anyone to build advanced websites. I really feel like that's cool because not everyone knows how to put together a website. So allowing the masses to build websites without code is really, really good. The only thing is, I really feel like, in my opinion, that could be hazardous because you won't be able to know any of the codes that can dismantle or disconnect if if there was an emergency or something happened that you didn't like. Or I just feel like going into no code, that nobody knows a code or nobody understands code. Coding came because we wanted to build things with code. But also, if you eliminate code completely, I just think it is a actual red flag. That's a red flag. But if on the flip side, platforms are able to offer advanced websites to people, and I think that's good as well. So web designers will focus more on strategy, UX, and storytelling than code. Wow. Okay, number five, accessibilities and ethics. Accessibilities won't be optional, it will be legally enforced and automated VAI audits. As accessibility. Hmm. I'll have to go and dig deeper into that because when you start to legally enforce something, that needs a deep dive. So, number two and number five will probably get a separate video. Yeah, because that needs a deep dive when you start to say legally enforced. Okay, and automated via AI audits. Wow, in audits is a red flag as well. So number two and number five, I'll dig deep for those, and we're gonna do a second video, a second part two to this. So, ethical design will also be big, privacy first, low carbon websites, and transparency about AI content. Wow. Okay. So, accessibility and ethics. I never knew that I don't know. I could see it having some privacy issues because of the websites we have today. The maybe there I know that there are some P sites or to the end sites, and then I know that there are some sites that have where you can go on there and buy stuff underground, if you know what I mean. So I don't want to say the whole thing to get my page took down, but whatever. I know that it might be some ethical things with that they're probably going to fix. So, like I said, number 5 and number 2 are second videos. Okay, let's move to number 6. Real time design collaboration. Websites will be designed and edited in real time, multi layer mode, like how Google Docs works today. Wow. So, let's see. In real time, you'll be able to interact on my website. So if I put something in, I guess you'll be able to share in on it. Or if I have a comment section, you'll be able to share in, on that comment section. But it looks like um, it can be also designed and edited. So that means I can design that website in real time and edit it in real time. No more publishing, I believe, is what they're saying. That's what it looks like. No more publishing. Um, wow. Expect deep integration with productivity tools, Asana, Notion, and Slack. So, yeah, those are your integration tools, is what's coming up. So, it looks like they're going to integrate like they do everything else with websites. Okay, so number 7, micro interactions and emotion driven UX. Subtle animations, haptic feedback, and emotionally responsive layouts will guide user actions. Wow. Interfaces may respond to tone of voice, typing speed, or eye movements. So you definitely will have some sort of interaction while you use the website, micro interactions. And these are micro means small, tiny interactions while you're doing things. So it's going to respond to tone of voice, typing speed, eye movements. Um, wow, it's probably going to act a little more human responsive, sounds like. And it's also going to react as emotionally response. They're going to have some emotionally responsive layouts. So that, like, when you, wow, when you get ready to do your layout, you can choose an emotionally responsive layout. That's crazy. All right. So, number 8, headless and API driven architectures. Front end and back end will be completely separated. Um, Designers will put in content from anywhere. CRM, social, e-commerce, using APIs to create modular, fast loading sites. Wow. So they're going to separate both the front end and the back end. All right. Completely headless. It says headless and API driven architectures. Wow. Quantum and edge computing influence. Websites will become faster and more secure. And you can tell by that because it says quantum. So that means we're reaching into another dimension. We're actually reaching a whole nother level, since they're going to become more faster and secure. And then, thanks to the rise of edge servers and possibly quantum computing frameworks. Wow. Wow, that's going to be something else for it to be faster than it already is. Wow. Okay. Universal design across devices. Websites won't just live on desktops or phones. They'll scale to TVs, smart glasses, cars, wearables, even appliances. So can you imagine? Going to your refrigerator and getting on the web. That is crazy. That is just or okay, so it I can see the TV part because you can already hook up, whatever you need to get on the web, to make your TV a screen. I can already see that. But smart glasses and cars? Wow, that's crazy. So, websites are going to really, really expand in a universal way. That is crazy. That is really crazy. Well, that's 1 through 10 of how it's going to be. And I am going to come back with a second video on 2 and 5. I have some serious, serious questions. And I'm also going to look in the comments and see exactly what you guys have to say. And I'm going to discuss that in the comments as well. If there are any comments, I'm definitely going to discuss this in the second video. I thank you all for joining me. Like I said, if you like this content, share, and subscribe, and let someone know that may like or may want to know what's happening with the future of web design by 2030. I'm Natalie, and I shall see you on the next video. Bye bye.